was adjusting my microphone. Lilies, hola, person, hola, desu ka? Alright, so today I am going to continue with the Spanish classes. So, if you give me just a couple minutes, and then I will start the stream. Alright? Thank you for coming! Audio check. Hi! Lag check. Ah, right. Music is louder than me. Yeah. I know this. There we go. So much better, right? But is it better that way? We're not going to use music anyways. You are just going to hear my voice. Alright, lag check. Hello, lag check. Alright. There's low lag. Very low lag. Pretty nice. Alright. Yeah, just give me 2 minutes and then I will start. And yes, thank you for coming. I'm with high energy today. Meanwhile, please tell me how was your day? Or night, I don't know. The hour. The time where you are. I was muted. Alright. Is he still here? No. Do you want me to try if I can use my small VTuber model? Or I just use chibi PNG Lillie? Which one would you like? Please tell me so I can, prepare. You were saying something this whole time. Yes. I'm so sorry. I actually made a long rant about something, but yeah, forget about it. You forget about it. It's really not important. Yeah. Whenever I try to do it, always start. Hold on. Yeah, that's true. So let's try. Let's just try it. Oh, by the way, is there any phrases you like to learn, like for the common phrases section? I forgot to ask you that before. Continue computer, let's just use TV for. Yeah, I also think it's probably for the best if we just do that. So yeah. Maybe I'm happy. The computer is dying! You do realize that when you're in the other side of the room, you can be heard very well, and you, especially with music. I am not at other side of the room. It's just that my noise filter is a little bit. It's a little bit hard when I speak. So there we go. Hi. How are you today? How are you today? Oh, that's nice. Come on, phrase I can use. Ah. It just sounds like you're away from the microphone. Yeah, the thing is, I am not really that far away. So I still don't know how to configure the microphone so it actually sounds like I am here. But yeah. Okay. Alright. So, right, this thing is starting to die. So, I better. Okay, better just. Ah. Alright, do you hear that lag? It's my computer saying, please kill me, but it's okay. We're going to help you in a little bit, computer. Alright. Do you guys hear that, or my filter is actually working? Please tell me that my filter is actually working. Soon off topic thing, it amuses me so much that I have a special brush on the back of my eraser. A special brush? Ah! You're saying like the brush that's precisely for erasers? That helps you when you have like the stuff that's gathered when you erase stuff? Things? Like for brushing the small residual stuff. Oh, that's very cute. Alright. So how would we open? Okay. Are you ready for first? We are going to make a quick review of the things that we saw in the previous class. Alright. If my string wants to keep... Okay, let me shut off the music. There we go. Okay. I'll go over here. Wow. Quick review. ¿Qué se te canió, por favor? Very good. You forgot the accent in the A. It's ka. It has an accent there. Please tell me that I put the accent in the previews. yeah, I put the accent. Don't forget the accent in the first A. But it's very good, nice. Alright. I was writing with an English letter. There isn't one here. Oh, really? Oh, that's a shame. Then it was perfect. Very nice. You get lollipop. Alright, where are the lollipops? Where's the lollipops? Ah. There they are. Here, have a lollipop. Nicely done. Alright. Alright. Yes, I have it on tape that that's the accent. Nice, nice, very nice. You're a good student. Nice, nice. All right, we are going to do a quick review of the previous class. You are okay with that? So, all right. This is the last. Okay. Okay. This is a quick review of the first class. This is Lilliepop's first class. The alphabet. Don't worry about that. We are going to review. To actually. To actually go over the alphabet in this class. So don't worry about that. Okay. We have ñ. You guys remember the pronunciation of the ñ? It's ñ. Ña, ñe, ñi, ño, ño. Alright. We have español, which means Spanish. Muñeca, that means doll. Señor, sir, master. Año, year. Extraño, weird, stranger. Niño, which is kid or boy. Please let me. You don't hear that noise that's out there, right? Someone is making a lot of noise outside, and I am afraid that that you may hear it over the filter of my voice. But if you don't hear it, then that's fine. Then that means my filter is working. It's actually working. Because if you notice, yeah, my voice sounded like it was very far, but that's because of this filter. This filter is supposed to make my voice a lot clearer, and that there shouldn't be any background noise when I stop talking. Like, see, when I stop talking, the noise drops. There isn't anything else. Where before you could actually hear the fan of my computer, but now it's nicely heard, right? Then there's a nice noise of my voice. So I'm Ñashka in Spanish. Yeah, the pronunciation is very similar. You're Ñashka. It's not the same because it will be Ñashka. It's a little bit different, but it's more like a contraction of ni. It's ni, ñashka, ñashka. But certainly it's a very similar pronunciation. Well, I can hear you right now as usual. Nice! Yeah. That's very nice. Alright. Vowel pronunciation. Okay, we're going to review it a little more again in this class. Is a, e, I, o, u. Remember that the pronunciation of the vowels is going to be super important in all our English class, because when I'm talking about an E, I'm talking about the E in Spanish, not the E in English, alright? When I'm talking about an E, there it is. I'm talking about this one, This one, this is the E, not this one, alright? You can hear which one I'm referring to, right? You can hear my. You can see my cursor. Oh well. Well, when I say E, I mean the middle one, not the one of the left. Actually, the pronunciation sounds even truer in Spanish than in English. Closer to how it was intended, how it sounds in Russian. Really? Oh! Wow, that's. I didn't know about that. Then I shall call you Mr. Nyashka from now on. And not Nyashka. Then I won't be saying Nya anymore. So, Nyashka. That's closer to the intended pronunciation then? Oh, that's nice to know. Alright. Oh, you know what I forgot? Yeah, I forgot. My glasses! Alright, let me put on my glasses. Over here. A little bit smaller. There we go. Now I have my teacher's glasses. Woo! Alright. Uh, that's right. With the accent in the first vowel. Okay. Nyashka. Nyashka. Nice. Yeah, that's nice to know. Alright. Yeah, yeah, it doesn't surprise me that it's in other types of language pronunciation, some words are closer than others. For example, I have heard that Korean it's actually a bit closer to English pronunciation than it is to Spanish pronunciation. That's why English speakers it's not that difficult for them to learn the pronunciation of Korean. Meanwhile, Japanese is actually more difficult for English speakers to learn than for Spanish speakers because Spanish speakers have a lot of the same phonemes. Actually, we have the same phonemes as them. So we have the same pronunciation as them. So yeah, that's it's surprising, but it's nice to know. Thank you for telling me. All right, we have numbers. Oh, what happened there? Oh, oh yeah. You know how? Oh, guys, it's treating the green as a green screen. That's so fun. All right, let me. That's not supposed to. Yeah, it's supposed to have a green background. It is not supposed to show the back of that. That okay. Let me. Let me check. Yeah, that there's okay. There we go. That was that was very funny. All right. Yeah, that's not a green screen, but it's nice to know that the green screen works. All right. Okay. Numbers. Okay, we go. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alright? The numbers from 1 to 9, from uno a 9, they're going to be important. The most important going on from now on because they are the base of the rest of the numbers. But yeah, just so you know, as a recap, from 11 to 20, they are like special cases. Not every number, actually, most of the numbers that go on after these are going to be different. These are special cases that you have to learn because they are what they are. Yeah, okay. Common phrases. Good morning. Buenos días. Remember that there's an accent in the E. Buenos días, días. That's an accent. Although it seems like a dot with this font, but that's an accent. Good morning, buenos días. Good afternoon, buenas tardes. Good night, buenas noches. Alright. Common phrases. I love you. Te amo. Te quiero. Me gustas. I already told you the differences between these three phrases. The first one is like a super romantic I love you. The second one is like for friendship and more common love. Te quiero. And the third one is I like you, more in a romantic sense. Like I like you, go out with me. Me gustas. Please, por favor. Thank you. Gracias. And marry me. Cásate conmigo. Alright. Okay. See it for this one. So we can start. That's the end of the recap. Alright? Ramiro, what are you doing? Ramiro, ven acá. Ven acá. Ven acá. Ven aquí. Ven aquí. Ven aquí, bebé. ¿Qué andas haciendo? ¿Qué estás haciendo? ¿Estás haciendo travesuras? ¿Estás haciendo destrozos? Ahorita voy a ir a ver qué estás haciendo, ¿ok? Tu pequeño perrito. Muy lindo. ¿Estabas comiendo algo? Ahorita voy a ir a ver, ¿eh? Terminando la clase voy a ir a ver. ¡Ay, qué bonito! Sorry, my dog. My dog was making noises and I told him to come. To come here because I don't know, he probably made some mess over there in the... Oh, so cute. Oh, bonito. Ay, qué lindo. Ay, qué bonito. Sorry. Okay. ¿Qué se te ha comido? Yes, frozen. I was going to say yes, very well done. You're cheating, Frozen. Yeah, I think my dog made a mess over the. The... Alright, I'm going to go see what's up with that later. Alright. I hope. Oh well. Ay, Ramiro. Anyway, I'm also learning. Yes, sure. You surely are learning, Frozen. Sure. Okay. So, we go to clase de español de Lillie. Número 2. Now you can understand all this phrase. Yay! So, you know that this is a Spanish class means clase de español de Lilliepop. Número 2. Nice! So, this whole phrase, now you are able to understand it. Oh, I told you what was the word for number in Spanish. It's número. I don't know if I wrote it for you before, but let me write it here. Número. Alright. That's the word in Spanish for number. It's número. Alright? Okay. Clase de español de Lilliepop número 2. Yay! Now you can say that yourself. Okay. We're going to review once again the vowel pronunciation because again this is really important. So it's a, e, I, o, u. So número. U, E, O. Mm-hmm. Then it's A, E. A, E, I, O, U. Alright? Okay. Now, this is the alphabet, like the actual alphabet. I realized that I said, oh, it's the same that in English, but I didn't tell you the name of, of each letter because obviously the the because obviously the actual name of each letter is different in English and in Spanish. So yeah, number, número, nomer. Oh, in Russian, I'm not surprised at all. Oh, nice. Yeah, they are very similar, huh? Nice. Well, now you can remember easier. What's the word for number? Nice. Yeah, there are very similarities in many languages with that word. Okay. So, el alfabeto. We go with A. We already learned the vowels. So, A. Then it goes B. Okay? B. A, B. Then it's C. C. I will occasionally draw analogies in Russian if I come across similarities. That's very good. That's a very good way of learning to draw similarities between one language and the other. So you're able to learn better, and you're able to remember more, remember easier. I also did that when I studied Japanese. So yeah, yeah, nicely done. Okay, uh, this makes it easier for me to remember and for you some new information. Yes, yes, yeah, exactly. It's a lot easier for remember, and it's also, and I also really appreciate the nice facts that you say about Russian and such. Because yeah, I know very little about Russian, and with very little, I mean I know nothing. So yeah, it's nice to learn a little bit to you. Thank you. Okay. So A, B, C, D, E. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, G. Okay, and don't forget the pronunciation of G. Okay. H. Over here you say, but why are you pronouncing this one that way? The H. Yep. I will teach you more about this special pronunciation because you see, we in Spanish we say la H es muda, which means the H is mute, but it's not always mute. If you hear, if you can say, if you see in the very word H, we have two H's, but one of them is mute and the other is not, because we have che, so it's not mute there. I'm going to teach you about that later. Not in this class because we have a different special pronunciation this class, but I'm going to teach you about that in the future, so don't worry about it, okay? Just you should just make a note about that this word for this letter is pronounced H. Alright? H. Same thing with G. You're going to hear a couple different pronunciations when using this letter, the letter G. and I'm going to teach you about that also later. All right? So don't worry about these special cases yet. Okay. So you go again with the first row. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. All right? Please tell me if you have any question. And while you tell me if you have any question, I'm going to go again. All right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. All right? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, let me know if you have any question. Meanwhile, I'm going to keep going for the second row. All right? So, J. At least we are not the only ones with that letter that's gonna be read. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the few things I know in Russian that a friend has told me that that has very some letters that does not read. Yeah, yeah, exactly. that that are not read. Yep. Yeah, I know, but in Spanish there's this one. The H is the one that we don't read. So, yeah, make a note about that because it's important. It's not read, but it's very important when talking about orthography and the way of writing stuff. So, yeah. Besides, besides, it's mute only on certain occasions. I mean, in most occasions actually, but there are certain occasions that it's not mute. And again, I'm going to teach you about that later. All right? Okay. Second row. J, K, L, M, N, Ñ, O, P, Q. Yeah, I told you to. We have two of them. Oh, yeah, yeah, I remember, I remember. One softens the consonant in front of it, the other makes it harder. Oh, oh, really? Wow. That's very interesting. Yeah, that's really interesting. Mm, and hard to learn. Yeah, I see. Thank you for telling me. Okay, so J, K, L, M, N, Ñ, O, P, Q. Okay, with the middle ones, you can have a bit of trouble between one another, but at least right now. But in actual pronunciation, they're different. Like you say M-I-N, they sound very similar, but when you are pronouncing them, they are not. They are actually like the same pronunciation in English. It's mama and nana, so you shouldn't have much problem with those, even though it sounds similar in the name. Ramiro, Ramiro, ven acá, ven acá, Ramiro, Ramiro, ven aquí, ven aquí, Ramiro, Ramiro. Ah, sorry. If you got my, if you heard my dog, yeah. Ramiro, Ramiro. Oh, excuse me for a second. I'm going to go get my dog. Ay, qué bonito. Hola, papá. Oh, no, no. Ya no ladres, no ladres. Tú eres un precioso perrito. Uy, qué bonito. Ay, quédate aquí, ¿ok? Quédate aquí conmigo, ¿ok? Ya, no hagas ruido. No hagas ruido. No, 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 no te bajes. Quédate aquí. Quédate aquí. ¿Ok? Ay, qué lindo. Okay. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. Yeah, my dog was ready to battle. Okay. I see a lot of I see a lot of habit from English. Want to read Jota as Jota? Yeah, exactly. It's the Jota pronunciation is very different from the pronunciation in English. So yeah, that kind of habits can be hard to not follow. But yeah, just know that the Jota, it's like that. Jota. It's actually very similar, almost the same as He. It's just that Jota is a little bit harsher, and He it's a little bit softer. If you notice, He, Jota, He, Jota. But to be honest, no one pays attention to that. So you shouldn't worry too much about it. If you want them to have the same pronunciation, that's completely okay because nowadays really no one no one makes a difference between those pronunciations. So yeah, don't worry too much about it. You can pronounce them the same if you want. Ay, ay, Ramiro, ay, 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 ay. No, 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 Ramiro. Excuse me for my dog. I don't know what's with him today. Uy, ¿qué pasó contigo, papá? Ay, qué bonito. Qué lindo. Yeah. Okay. So, any question about this row? About the second row of the pronunciation? If there's not, yeah, please let me know. And if there isn't any question, I'm going to keep going. So I'm just going to. Ay, Ramiro. Sorry. I'm just going to pronounce again. All right. J. And the letter ñ sounds very anime-like to me. Like for yeah, like that. No questions and say Rosen. Okay. Okay, thank you, Frozen. Nice to know. I don't mind. It's just funny. Yes. Yeah, the ñ sounds very anime-like to you. Well, then you love Spanish because we use ñ a lot. So, okay. J, K, L, M, N, Ñ, O, P, Q. Okay. Special care with the Q. It's Q, not Q. All right. Q. Q. All right. Okay. Next one. It's R. This one has the rolling R. So I actually don't know how you can achieve the rolling R when you are when you're not used to it. I know that it's very hard to foreigners that don't have that phoneme to actually learn how to do the rolling R. Some say that if you put a pen on your mouth and you do the R sound but try to make it brrr a little, you're going to get it better. But I am not sure. Yes, I remember you saying something like
if you want to be accepted in a Spanish speaking society straight away, just replace the N with all N. That's it. Kind of that way. Something like that. Yeah, we're very proud of our N. I have no idea why. But it's just like a very, very hard, like, proud sentiment of our language, the ñ, in all Spanish speaking countries. It's very common, but it's not that common. So I have no idea why it's so important for us. And but yeah, when if you see someone putting an ñ in the post of someone speaking in English, is because they are messing with them and saying like, "Ha, but I have the ñ. I have the power of the ñ." And yeah, I have no idea why is that way, but I feel it too. And even though I am not particularly, I don't really have too much to say about my own language, but I still feel the ñ power. So, so yeah. So yeah. Yep, it's difficult for foreigners. Yeah, yeah. The rolling R, it's very difficult for foreigners. So I'm sorry, I don't have any tip about how to pronounce that one. If it makes you feel better, we actually struggle with it. Like, some people don't actually know how to pronounce the rolling R until they are well in their well over in their childhood. Like, I have met 12 years old people, well, 12 years 12 years old kids that have that don't know how to still don't know how to pronounce the rolling R. uh, I mean, maybe that's a bit too far away, but yeah, it's so don't worry too much about it. Because yeah, it's very difficult. Oh, that's true. You know how to intuit. Yeah, exactly. I think I learned how to pronounce the rolling R when I was like 6, I think. So, and before that, I could actually speak very well from 3 years old, but when I couldn't pronounce the rolling R until I was like 6. So, yeah. Mm-mm. We also have one cool vowel whose pronunciation I can explain. Weird B. Google woman is not bad at reading. Weird B. Oh, alright. Mm. Let me check real quick. Wait. I can't. Oh no. Uh, mm, I can't copy that letter right now. Let me. Yeah, sorry, I can't copy the letter. I mean that you are putting on chat right now without making my computer die. I'm so sorry about that because I will have to open Google Chrome and copy the letter, and if I open Google Chrome, my computer will die. So I'm so sorry, but I promise I will check it later. All right? I promise I'll check it later, and I'll see what's that pronunciation. Thank you for telling me about it. I had problems with the pronunciation of R when I was a child. Yeah, it's very common. By the way, do you have rolling R in Russian? I actually don't know. I think you have it, right? Uh, you do have it, right? Or you don't? Let me know, please. Qué lindo perrito, muy bonito. Oh, By the way, dog is perro, so it's with the rolling R. Mhm. We need to. Honestly, I'm not sure what rolling R means. It's R. This sound. R. It's not ere. It's R. This roaring sound, this different sound of the R that we don't have in English. But I think yeah, we have that. Yeah, I also think you have that because English natives are the ones that struggle more with it because their R is very soft. Ah, the hard R. Yes, we have plenty of them. Yes, yes, yes. Ah, I knew that. I mean, I had an idea that the Russians had that type of phoneme. So yeah, it's nice to know that. Okay, then good for you. Then I don't have to keep going about this topic. Yep, the hard R. Yeah, we call it rolling R here. Because well, actually, I don't know if everywhere in all Spanish speaking countries they call it rolling R. I personally call it rolling R because I learned that word from in school by saying for a ferrocarril to be able to keep going, their wheels have to keep going, so they have to roll. Their wheels have to roll. By the way, ferrocarril is train, so for the wheels of the train to keep going, they have to roll. That's why their R's are rolling R's. So, I'm going to. So, ferrocarril is with rolling R's because he has to roll. Ferrocarril. Let me put it here so you know. Ferrocarril is train, but it's not a typical train. You can Google it if you want. Come on, we're literally Russia. The name of our country starts like that. Yes, but in English, Russia is pronounced Russia. It doesn't have a rolling R, but certainly in Spanish it's Rusia. So it has a rolling R. So yeah, in English it's Russia, but in Spanish it's pronounced Rusia. If you know, if you want to know. Hola Lily. Hola Ángel. ¿Cómo estás? Thank you for coming. I am teaching Spanish today. Estoy enseñando español. Estoy hablando sobre la doble R. But yeah, that's why I didn't know if in Russia I wasn't sure because I had an idea of it, but I wasn't sure about it. But yeah, in Spanish it's pronounced Rusia. And it's actually written the same, just without an S. I mean, if you didn't know, let me write it here. Rusia. Rusia. Replace the first U with an O and the accent with an E, and you have our pronunciation. Oh, then it's Rosia, 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 something like that. Yeah, let me read it here. That's how it's written in Spanish. Rosia. Yeah, is it pronounced that way? By the way, you know how to pronounce. Here, first thing is right. Rosia. Rosia. Oh, alright. Alright, thank you for telling me. By the way, you know how to pronounce Mexico in Spanish? I don't think I have reached that. Well, I was actually saving it for when we see the pronunciation of the X. And stretch the E a little. Okay. Rosia. Rosia? Something like that? Rosia. Something like that. Okay, I'm going to practice it more. And I'm going to search a bit about it. So I can get the pronunciation right. yeah, right. Thank you for telling me. Yeah, I'm saving the Mexico pronunciation in Spanish to for when I teach the pronunciation of the X. Because I told you before, but the X is a special case in Spanish, especially in Mexican Spanish. We have many many pronunciations of it. Yeah, you say it reads Mexico. Yeah, exactly. It's Mexico. I hope I got the pronunciation right. Yeah, very good. Mexico. Yeah, you can actually write it. Yeah. That's the correct pronunciation. It shouldn't be the correct pronunciation, but that's how we pronounce it. So. So yeah, we Mexicans have a little bit of weird pronunciation with the X. I told you about that, right? And I remember in previous class I told you that we have many words with an X because they come from Nahuatl, the regional language from here, and that's why they only exist here in Mexico and not in other Spanish speaking countries. And yeah, I think I remember I told you that. So yeah, I'm teaching you Mexican Spanish. Don't forget that, because it can vary a lot from here and from other countries. So yeah. All right. So yeah, let's draw. We have R S T U. Okay, I'm getting a bit carried away. Let's get back to Spanish before this turns into a Spanish Russian lesson or even a Russian lesson. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't worry. It's always nice to do some language exchange. So yeah, don't worry about it. Okay. R S T U V W. I have I have a problem with this one with W because we don't say W where I am, but I'm going to teach that in a bit. All right. X Y Z. Okay. R S T U V W X Y Z. All right. Quick tangent. It's different the pronunciation of the V and the B from Latin speaking countries and Spanish speaking Spain. I mean, the pronunciation in Spain is different from the B and V, but over here it's not. All right. If you want to know, over here B is B. I mean, over here, in Spain, the B is B, but the V is V. It's a bit different. It's B y V. 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 B. V. B. V. But again, that's only in Spain. Over here is the same. It's just so you know. All right. Actually, the pronunciation of the S And the C, the pronunciation of S and C is also different in Spain. Well, I actually never learned which one is which. Because over here they are the same, alright? So C, S, B, V. So yeah, it's just so you know. Because your pronunciation in Spain is different. Free people from Spain can also understand us just fine, and we can understand them just fine. It's just the accent. So it's not the pronunciation is just a question of accent, and not that we actually don't know uh what are they talking about. Yeah, we can understand each other pretty well. Our languages, I mean, our dialects are still not that far away for us to not be able to understand each other. So don't worry about that too much. All right. B is labial and B is labial dental. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're supposed to be different. Like the pronunciation from Spain is supposed to be the correct pronunciation, because if two letters are pronounced the same, then why there are two letters for the same pronunciation? But yeah, that's because they are not supposed to have the same pronunciation. But yeah, that's how we pronounce it. So, with what the person says, he's explaining the pronunciation. We say that B is labial because it means from the lip. It's B. It's just putting the lips together, B. And we say V is labiodental because it's using also the teeth. Labiodental means lips and teeth. So it's V, V, V. I pronounce it that putting my teeth between my lips. So yeah. That's the difference of pronunciation in Spain. So it's V and V. But again, don't worry too much about it, since I am teaching you Mexican Spanish. Particularly the Mexican Spanish I speak. So yeah. So it's B and V. Then we have W. Again, I have a problem with this one, but I'll go to it. I'll get to it. Okay. X, X, Y, Y, Y. This pronunciation is actually important. Y, Y. Okay. It's kind of another vowel. Yeah. It's like the difference between J and double. Yeah. And double. Yeah. It's kind of hard to get. Yeah. The ones that the person is saying, and they're supposed to be different, because the one with the Y is J, and the Y with and the one with the double L is ye. So they are kind of different. It's J and ye, J, ye, J, ye, ye. Yeah, the one with the Y is supposed to be harsher, and with the one with the double L is supposed to be softer. But honestly, we pronounce it the same. Like in colloquial stuff, we don't care about the difference of the pronunciation. In Spain, they probably care a lot more about that, but over here, we don't care. They are the same pronunciation to us. So yeah, I think it's actually the opposite. Is the opposite? Well, but who cares? Yeah, exactly. Who cares? Really, who cares? I will definitely understand. But for now, the fuck, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Is it the opposite? Is it the opposite? Okay, I will have to get to you about that later, another day, because I don't remember it being the opposite. I remember very well that it's J for the Y and Y for the double L. But okay, yeah, I will definitely understand for now. Yeah, don't worry about it. We're not going to worry about it. Like, as person say, who cares? We really don't care about the difference of between those two. We are not a Spanish speaking. We are not a Spanish speaking country that actually cares about those really small differences. So, yeah, don't worry. Don't worry right now about it. I swear, it's not the opposite. It's not the opposite present. It's not. But okay, I will do some research about my own language then. Okay. So yeah. And zeta is also supposed to be a different pronunciation from ese. Like ese and zeta are supposed to be pronounced differently in Spain. But again, we don't care about that. We really don't care about that. They are pronounced the same over here. So the thing is, if we actually pronounce all of these different pronunciations that I am telling you, if we pronounce them as they were intended, we're going we would have a better orthography. Because the fact that the people over here have bad orthography and we struggle a lot with how certain words are written is because we have the same pronunciation for all of these cases that I am telling you. That's why many people don't know when to write an esse when there is supposed to be an esse, and some people change it for a zeta, or they write it with a zeta instead of an esse, or sometimes even with a C. So, mm, so if we actually pronounce the words as they were intended, we wouldn't have any problem because we would know for the pronunciation that they have these specific letters. But yeah, but we don't. So I'm going to. Let me think about an example. No, let me see. Example. Oh, okay. For example, this word. Iniciar. Okay. This is a verb that means start. Iniciar. If we actually pronounce it the way it is intended, we wouldn't have any trouble knowing that it's written with a C. But since it's written, the pronunciation is the same, then some people can write it like this with an S. But with an S, it's wrong. The correct written form, the correct way of write that word is with C. So, yeah. If you yourself are confused about your own language, how other people can learn it? I know, right? Yeah, that's why I am putting emphasis on pronunciation right now. And we are not going too far away from from pronunciation, like for these first classes, because I think pronunciation is really the basic of all Spanish. Pronunciation and knowing how to pronounce something when you have written it is like the base from everything in Spanish. So, yeah, if I am confused with my own, well, I was particularly confused with J and double L because again we pronounce it the same. So yeah. So if we actually pronounce the things that as it was intended, we wouldn't have any problem knowing that iniciar goes with C and not with S. But we pronounce them the same way. So we have to learn it just from memory. That is with C. So yeah. That's why orthography is struggle for everyone over here. Everyone struggles with orthography. Here, even being a native. Yeah. Yes, I realize we haven't even started yet. But I already have so many the fuck moments. Yeah, exactly. We have so many the fuck moments so far, precisely because pronunciation is the, in my opinion, one of the hardest parts of Spanish. The other hardest part are verbs and conjugations of verbs, but we'll get to it eventually. So yeah, all of these first Spanish classes are going to be with pronunciation because yeah, again they are the foundation. If you don't learn well the pronunciation and the rhythm patterns of Spanish, then you're going to have a hard time understanding it. So yeah, that's why. Okay. So, any questions so far with the last row? Because we're going to get a little bit. It's going to get a little bit confused. Yeah, it's going to get a little bit confusing when I say about the specifics. And you see the things that I wrote at the side of the pronunciation of the alphabet. Well, yes, that's true. How can I learn a language if I can't even read it properly? Yeah, exactly. That's why the first step is to learn how to read it. Actually, if you learn how to read Spanish, you can trick people to pretend that you know Spanish. Because you can just pick any book and start reading out loud in the correct Spanish pronunciation, and everyone is going to be like, oh, "You know Spanish? Oh wow, you're so fluent!" When you just know how to read and you don't understand a word that you're reading. So yeah, you can you can trick your friends with saying, "I know Spanish, check it," and start reading like a native with the precision of a native. And I don't understand a word, but I am reading pretty well. Mhm. Mm. So if there isn't any question so far, then I'm going to read once again the third row, and then we will keep going. All right. Oh, español yo. Yeah, exactly. Oh, español yo, Dani. Oh gosh, I still have some PTSD from a couple months ago when a Japanese person told me, "Oh, Nihongo Yosu desu," and I was like, "No, don't tell me that, no!" Yeah, it was awful. Okay. No, there don't seem to be any questions at the moment. All right. Okay. So, one last time, the last row. R S T U V W X Y Z. All right. Okay. Now, remember what I told you about the pronunciation of the B and V that's supposed to be different? If you take a look at the thing that I wrote at the left, it says V, B. That's because some people call the V just V because of the pronunciation. You don't need to call it V if it has a different pronunciation from the B. So some people say that one is B and the other one is V. So yeah, don't worry too much about it because over here it doesn't matter. What does matter is that some people call, call the B B larga, which means long B or big B. And some people call, likewise, some people call the V V chica. Why? I have no idea. But it's very common to people told you, okay, do people be dictating you stuff and say B? And then other asks you, B chica or B grande? Like, small B or big B? And I'm like, there's only one B. The other one is UB. There's just one B. The other one is UB, but they say, no, one is B chica. And I'm like, no, that's called UB. Well, it's actually not. It can be called B larga or B grande. Let me write it here. B grande. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's the B is B larga or B grande. All right. So B grande means big B, big and feminine. Oh, yes. The letters are feminine. I think all letters are feminine actually. So yeah. So some people call the B larga and likewise call the V like B chica. It's very common. It's more common to hear them say B chica to the V. So yeah. I don't know why they started it. I think it's because the B is like elongated upwards and the V it's certainly kind of smaller, but yeah. I don't like calling them this way, and in my opinion it's wrong to call them this way, but it's very very common to hear them call them this way. So yeah, just make a note about it, especially with V, that they call it bechica. No, that's not what I mean. Chica translates as girl, right? Oh, yes. Chica translates as girl, but it also translates as small. So yeah, there are two different meanings. There are two completely separate meanings. No. Chica is so someone says baby and uve girl. No. It's uve small. Chica is both girl and small, but chica is the feminine of the word small. Ah, okay, now I get it. Yes. Chica is the feminine of the word small. Chico, Chico is also for boy, but it also means small. All right, chica is for girl, chico is for boy, but chica y chico are also feminine and masculine for small, respectively. Usually, to avoid confusion, we say chiquita and chiquito. They are the diminutives of chica. Okay. Yeah, if you have heard chiquita and chiquito, it's more common to use it that way to avoid confusion. And because we think it's cuter to use diminutives. I will also teach you diminutives, so don't worry about it. But yeah, so chica and chico is also small. But usually for small we use chiquita and chiquito. Okay. So actually that's a good note. Remind me about that in next slide. All right. Remind me about chica and chico and chiquita and chico in next slide. So so yeah, it's B big and B small, but yeah, I don't like calling them that. Okay, any question about that? About B grande y B chica? Which I don't like. It's B and V, but yeah. Any question? Okay, if there's not any question, I'm going to keep going. Okay. The one that's after those explanation is W. As you see, I don't like calling the W as W. I like calling it W. And actually, most people that I know call it W, not W. They're called both ways. So I suppose they didn't call it Bihar. Yeah, be fuerte. No. It's yeah. So yep, it's called the W is both called W and W. It's a lot more common to call it W. I don't know why in this table they call it W. I think that's because it's more common to call it W in Spain, but over here it isn't. Over here it's a lot more common to call it W. That's why I say that had some issues with the W, because I have always called it W. All right. Wait, does that sound weird in Spanish? What thing? What sounds weird in Spanish? The be hard? No, it doesn't sound weird. Sería be fuerte. No, no, it's okay. No. No, it doesn't sound weird in Spanish. Why would it? Yeah, don't worry. I mean, people don't say that. If you say that, you're not going to get what they are saying. But no, it doesn't sound weird. Okay. Yeah. So we have W and W. C strong. B strong. Yeah. Right. Okay. W and W. Then we have J. J is also called Y. It means Greek E. So why is it called Greek E? I don't know. It's just called that way. It's actually a lot more common to hear it called Y, but it really depends on the person. I usually call it both ways. I like calling it J uh, and Y, both of them. Understandable, Greek and Latin. Yeah, understandable. And so people when they call the J Y, they differentiate it with the normal E by calling it E Latina. That's Latin E, precisely. Why? I don't know. It's just what it is. so so yeah. I actually learned the Y as Y, and I learned that Y was bad pronunciation. Oh, but it isn't. The other that looks like a Y in Greek is called gamma. Oh, really? Oh, oh, maybe that's why it's called Y. But yeah. So I think that that last thing it isn't very hard to understand. So, is there any question so far? Because if there isn't any question, I'm going to sing for you the alphabet song. Probably that's why they're doing each other. Yeah, probably that's why. So if there isn't any question so far, I'm going to sing you the alphabet song as I learned it. I learned the alphabet song with W and Y. So I'm going to sing it with W and Y. So you know. So if there isn't any question, I'm going to go one round of every pronunciation as I know it, and then I'm going to sing the alphabet song. All right. So we get A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, Ñ, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Alright. So, any question then? Okay. I don't know. I'm getting embarrassed by singing the alphabet song. Ah, why did I say that I was going to sing the alphabet song? Alright, alright. Okay. Let's go with the alphabet song. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Q, R, E, S, T, U. I actually forgot the alphabet song? Did I forget the... Oh, jeez, I think I forgot the alphabet song. Wait, let me remember it. Okay. Yeah, I remember it. Yeah, spontaneous a cappella karaoke. Yeah, exactly. In a language that I'm supposed to know. What an alphabet that I'm supposed to know. I swear I'm a native Spanish speaker. I swear it. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, E, L, M, N, Ñ. Oh, jeez, why that part? I don't remember the rhythm. It's not that I don't remember the words, of course. I remember the words, I don't remember the rhythm. Okay. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, L, M, N, Ñ, O, P, M, E, O, P, L, M, N, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, E, S, T, U,
Ah! Ah, you know what? Forget it. I don't think I remember it. Uh, I'm so sorry. I was sure I remember it, but it's been a while since I don't sing that song. So of course remember the lyrics. I just don't remember the rhythm. I'm so sorry. I'm going to search for it and get back to you next class. All right? Yeah. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry that I remember the alphabet song. What kind of teacher I am? Do I have the sad emote here for my model? Do I have it? No, I don't have it. Dang it! Wait, let me get the sad emote for myself. Uh, wait a second. Ah! You didn't see anything. Alright, please. uh, Alright, let's get the sad emote. Mm, Alright. Hmm, Here we go. Hi. I'm so teacher Lily. I'm so sorry that I forgot the song. I'm so sorry that I can't teach you correctly. I am a failure of a teacher and I don't even open my mouth. uh, I'm sorry. Can you forgive me? Please? Please? Yeah. So, then if you don't have any question, I'm just going to keep going. All right? Yeah. Uh, all right. I will just keep going. Hmm. All right. Now we got more pronunciation. I think this is the last thing about pronunciation this class. So yeah. Pronunciation. We have do you remember last class when I teach you te quiero, the pronunciation of quiero, that I told you that don't worry about the pronunciation being quiero and not quiero. Well, now you have to worry. Now let me get back to my usual self. There we go. All right. So the thing is, that's a special case when you have. Wait, let me move myself a little bit. All right. Alright. The thing is, when you have a U and U at the right of a Q, you don't know which one is U and which one is Q, right? When you have an U at the right side of a Q, then the U is mute and you don't pronounce it. Okay? This happens with a couple other letters, but we are going. But sorry, but this is the first one that I'm going to teach you. So, if you have an U at the right of a Q, and then you have an E and an E, then it's not pronounced. Alright? And before you ask me, what about if there's an A or another or an O? If it's Q, U, A and Q, U, O, is it pronounced? The answer is I don't know, because we don't have words like that. We don't have words that are Q, U, A and Q, U, O. We don't have words like that. We don't have words that have those specific letters. All of words with this special case are Q, U, E and Q, U, E. Alright? So, when this happens, the U is not pronounced. The U has no pronunciation. It's mute. So, que is pronounced like que. Q-U-E is pronounced que. And Q-U-E is pronounced ki. The U is not pronounced. Right? So, we have a couple words here. First one is queso. Queso. It means cheese. And then the second one is quiero. Like I'm sorry. Quiero. The quiero, like I teach you before, is want. Or when you say te quiero, is I love you. Alright? So, did you understand this? Is there any question for this? Are you taking notes? Because this is very important. When you are reading and you see this case, you have to be very careful and not pronounce it queso or cuiero. Because no, it's not pronounced that way. It's queso and quiero. Alright? So, any question with this? I mean, I don't think it's hard to pronounce. I just think it may be confusing and hard to actually to remember it, because there are a couple of special cases when the U is mute. And it's not always mute. Got it. Alright. So, it's ki and ke, and the U is mute just in these cases, and well, there's another one, but don't worry about that. So, yeah, be in the lookout when the U is at the side of the ku, because it's not pronounced. Alright? Alright. Yeah, I think this is the last one of pronunciation. Because if you're ready to leave pronunciation behind,
we can get to your favorite topic, numbers. Wow! Yeah, I know this one is your favorite. Isn't it under Aaron numbers wonderful? Okay. So we have from 20 to 30. Well, you already know from last class that 20 is 20, right? You already know that 20 is 20. Now we have from 21 to 30. Well, to 29 to 20. Sorry, to 20, from 21 to 29. They are pretty consistent, if you notice. They are really consistent. It's basically 21, 22. If you notice, it's as if you are saying 21, but there's a contraction, and you change the Y for the I Latina. It's actually pretty easy, but you have to remember how it is. And they are written together. They are not separate. They are the just one word. All right. So we have 21 is 21. 22 is 22. This one has an accent over there in the O. If you notice. Hmm, why it has an accent, I don't know. It just has. Okay. No, I actually know, but it's a difficult topic to get right now. It's because dos is just one word, and if you notice, dos alone, well, has the accent in the O. So when you change it to a composed word and the accent is in the last one, the last syllable needs to have an accent if it ends in N, S, and M. So, as I said, it's a kind of a difficult topic to teach you about the accents in different syllables. So just for right now, I'm just going to say it's because that is. The rule is that the stress in Spanish is always on the penultimate syllable. In many cases. And if the accent is not on it, the vowel is accented. Yeah, something like that. You actually had a very nice general idea of it. But if you notice, this one actually has it in the ultimate accent. So. Mm, yeah. The stress is usually, as you say, in the penultimate syllable if there isn't an accent. And if there is an accent, then you stress it in that accent. But if there isn't, then it isn't the penultimate syllable. That's a really nice observation. That's a really good observation. You're right with that. But yeah. Yeah, the accent is not on it, then the vowel is instead. Yeah, exactly. So yeah. Yes, you said, like for example in 21, the stress in U. 21, because it's the penultimate syllable. So yeah, you're right about that. But yeah, I have to teach you more about the accents and stresses later to know when it's written and when it isn't. And yeah, that's a difficult topic. So yeah. But you get very well the accents of, because yeah, as you say, every word that doesn't have an accent is pronounced that way. Fortunately, we have no such rule and accents are put everywhere. You just have to know them. Oh no. Oh no. That sounds bad. Well, it's it can look that in Spanish is that way. It's actually not that way in Spanish, even though it looks that way because we have too many words. But yeah, that sounds hard. We have one distinct vowel that's always accented, but those are words you just have to know. Oh no! It certainly sounds difficult to learn. Alright, thank you for telling me. Now I don't know if I want to learn how to write in Russian. Alright, thank you. Alright. So, what accents? Yeah. So then that's why we have 23 with also an accent in the tres. Then 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Right? I actually think it's pretty easy. At least it's not 11, 12, 13. Yeah, this one is actually pretty consistent. So, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Fun fact, we usually don't pronounce it 20. We usually pronounce 20 because it's easier. So if you say 22, 23 instead of 22, 23, don't worry about it because people are going to understand it and it's actually quite common. I actually have to force myself to say 21, 22, 23 because I am not used to call them that way. I'm used to call them 21, 22, 23. So much so that when I started writing this, I actually wrote first 21, 22, 23 without the E in the middle. But then it told me, the program told me this is written wrong. And I was like, what? What do you mean it's wrong? And it's written 21 with an E. And I was like, oh, that's true. I totally forgot about that. so, so yeah. That isn't a rule. It's more colloquially. We colloquially don't pronounce the E. We just say 21, 22, 23, 24. But it is written this way. So, yeah, when you're writing it, be sure to write it like this way. But don't stress too much about it. And if you want to pronounce it without the E, you can. Again, it isn't a rule, it's just something we do because it's easier. Okay? Actually, Frozen, did you remember that this was written this way? Because again, I surely don't remember that it was written 20 instead of 20. Yeah. So, any question so far about from 21 to 30? If there isn't any question, I will just keep going. So I'm just going to do another round of pronunciation. All right. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right. So
there isn't any question, I will keep going.
Yes, I have been talking a lot.
Alright. So we have starting. If you have any question, uh
This was actually the end of the hard numbers, at least until 100.
no questions. Alright, thank you. Okay, no questions then.
This was the end of special cases in numbering, at least so far, from here until 100. Because starting from 30, starting from 30, it's actually consistent. We write it like 31, like 30 and 1. Then 30 and 2, 32, 33. And so far. Then the next ones are 34, 35, 36. And so on and so on. So starting from 30 is actually a lot easier to know how to write numbers, how to write and pronounce numbers. So that's why I just wrote 3 of them as an example. So first it was 23 and then suddenly 30 and 4. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. We have no idea why the first 30 numbers are this way, and then starting from 30, we just gave up, I guess. We just gave up and we were like, this is too hard. Let's just make it 30 and 4, 30 and 5, 30. Yeah, I think people just gave up with the special numbering system. You see, super consistent, isn't it? So yeah, so we have 30 and 1, 30 and 2. So you have 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38 y 39. Alright. So then 40 is 40. 40. So next numbers from 40 to 50 are 41, 42, 43. They are all the same. That's why I didn't write them. But they are exactly the same. 45, 46. Alright? So far until 47, 48, 49. And then 50 is 50. 50. Alright? Then it goes 51, 52. Already on enta. Yeah, exactly. All of them end in enta. After 20, which is weird again, that 20 is 20 instead of 20, I don't know. Something like that. And will be more consistent instead of 20, because where did you get 20 from the 2? Well, but alright. So, but yeah, you can kind of see where they got 30, because it's 3, then 30, and then 40 is 4, then goes 40, then 50, 5, 50. So yeah, you can see where they are going around this, but 20 suddenly goes 20. ¿Por qué? Why? Like, I don't know. It just is what it is. Just as uno became 11. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, by the way, once goes with C, not with an S. Don't forget about that. But yeah, just as uno became once and 12, 12. Oh no, there's a different rule. Yes. Yeah. Ah. So, yep. Then it goes 50, 51, 52 so far. It's a translator who messed up, not me. Oh, really? Ah, like once. Oh, I get it, I get it. It's okay, it's okay. And you still remember the numbers. That's what it counts. All right. Yeah, I get it. Sometimes the translators mess it up. Don't worry about it. So. All right. So, 50, 60, 60. Then it goes 61, 62, 63. So far so on. Then 70, 70, 71, 72, blah blah blah. Hard to translate those in Russian through a translator into English with the addition of the Spanish word. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. I figured it out. I figured that something like that was happening. Don't worry, don't worry. All right. Yeah. So 61, 62, 63, then 71, 72, 73, 74, blah 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 blah. Then 80, 80, 81, 82, 83, blah 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 blah. Then 90, 90. Wait, I just wrote 100 as one. Yeah, 100 is just 100. Don't worry about. I really did that. Oops! You saw spoilers. Sorry about that. What the heck? Why did the? There we go. Yeah, the 100 is just 100. Don't worry. Don't. I've been waiting for a second. You mean you noticed from the start? uh, I'm hurting so much. Said, watch on. You're evil, Mr. Niska. You're really evil. You knew I was going to react this way, didn't you? When we were discussing Twentix numbers, I didn't want to get together versus yeah. Yes, you. Oh gosh, this is so embarrassing. I'm so sorry. Oh. I'm going to hit myself on the table. Ah. Alright, so the 100 is just 100. We have no word for 100. Don't worry about it. Alright. Jeez, I'm so embarrassed. I'm really super embarrassed. I'm so sorry. Alright, so. How do I know? Maybe it will just be 100 or yeah, exactly. Or something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was definitely 100. Mm, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, um Yeah. Ignoring that, we have then 80, 90. So 91, 92, 93, so far so on, until 99. And then we have 100. All right, 100. 100. Starting from 100, it goes a bit weird, but don't worry about that right now. The main thing is now is not to accidentally write down 100 or all. Yeah, exactly. Don't. I mean, uh, starting from 100, the numbers from 100 to 200, they are again a special case. So I'll be sure that you remember them. So don't worry about learning 100 because you're not, since 100 is a special case from 100 to 200. Just as it was a special case from 20 to 30. So, so you're certainly going to learn how, how it's starting from 100. So yeah, 100. All right. Any questions from the numbers from 20 to 100? Yeah, I think the hard part from numbers starting from 0 to 100 are the first, then the first 10 of them, and then from the 10 to 30. So, but from 30 to, from 30 to 100, they are actually very easy. You just have to add them at the count. So they are not they're not hard. So yeah, any questions? I think, alright, I'll go do another round of pronunciations, and if there isn't any question, the only question was just taken up at the, yeah. Yes, really sorry about it. But at least it was funny to hear me die, wasn't it? In Spanish we have a meme that says, pero hey, las risas no faltaron, eh? That meme applies right now. Porque sí, las risas no faltaron. Ah. All right, so okay, if we don't have any more questions, I'll just go with another last round of pronunciation, and then we will keep going to the last section of today's class. All right. So 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, and so far until 40. Then 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. All right? Okay. Yeah, we don't have any more questions. I can keep going. All right. So we got to your favorite section, or at least my favorite section. Common phrases. All right. Probably it's better to teach you first this one. Okay. So, how are you today? It's ¿Cómo estás hoy? Remember the opening question sign? We have opening question signs this this font didn't have the opening question sign, so but I still put it that way over there. I remember that in expressions, when the exclamation sign and the interrogation sign, we have open uh, signs of both of them, and they are not used in casual conversations. Like if I make a questions to a friend on text, I don't use it because it's easier this way. I mean, I don't have to use the the opening question mark for my friend to understand it. And actually, if I start using question marks when speaking, when writing with friends, if I start using opening marks, opening signs, they're going to ask if I'm okay or what happens because people usually don't use it in informal text. But in all formal texts, it is used. So I remember that the actually correct way is to use it. To use the opening question. So yeah, if we don't use it colloquially, it's because we're lazy, not because it's wrong to use it. All right. So how are you today? ¿Cómo estás hoy? Estás is a conjugation of the verb to be. So don't worry about the conjugation of the verb to be right now because it's really hard. That's one of the hardest things to learn, the conjugation of verbs, and especially the to be verb. So don't worry about it right now. Como, it's how. Como is how. And today is hoy. Alright? The are you is estás. But again, don't worry why it is estás because it is a conjugation and it has many rules and such. So don't worry about it. So, ¿cómo estás hoy? ¿Cómo estás hoy? If ah, it's like that with me on the internet. If someone puts a dot at the end of the message, that's it. There's a serious conversation going on of the person is offended, angry about something. Yeah, exactly. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah, it's colloquial that you don't usually, when you write with friends, you don't use the dot. And similarly, we don't use the opening question mark. If you use it like with conversation with friends, the only thing they are going to think about you is that you are an orthography freak, that you care way too much about writing correctly, and some people seem that as pretentious. But it doesn't convey any kind of mood, only that you're maybe a bit pretentious. So yeah. Mm. So yeah, don't worry about putting in or not in conversation because it is not rude or anything. Especially if people know that you are not a native speaker. If they know you're not a native speaker and see you writing usual conversations with that sign, and they're going to think that you are actually taking Spanish seriously, and it's actually better if for them if they watch you use it. They will know that you know the rule and that you are learning it well. So that's for the week. Yeah, exactly. ¿Cómo estás? Oh, hi, Bobby. How are you? ¿Cómo estás? Estoy bien, gracias. I'm fine, thanks. Hi, Bobby. Hi, hi, hi. How are you? I hope you are having a nice day today. I mean, espero que tengas un lindo día.
So, yeah, hi, Bobby. I'm actually finishing the class right now. I'm speaking Spanish. Yeah, exactly. Some people separate phrases in paragraphs. Oh, I see. In Russian? Oh, I see. Okay. I see. I'm speaking Spanish. Gracias. Yes! Yes! Gracias. uh, de nada. De nada. You're welcome is de nada. I think I didn't teach you before, right? Right. Okay. You're welcome is de nada. Let me write it here. You're welcome is de nada. You can also use no es nada. I usually use no es nada. It was a joke, girl. So I see. Yeah. Now I get the joke. Now I get the joke. I'm so sorry. I was distracted. So yeah. Yeah. You're welcome is de nada. You can also write it as no es nada. And you can also write it as por nada. All of them, they are pretty common. You can pick whatever, whichever you want. De nada, no es nada, and por nada. All of them mean it's nothing. And it's not rude. I know that in English, sometimes when people say it's nothing or not a problem or something like that, people think that it's rude. But in Spanish, it's not rude at all. It's the thing that everyone says. So I think I learned de nada from Dora the Explorer. Really? Then Dora did you well. Yes. Dora. Yeah. So let me think if there's another way of saying you're welcome. You're welcome. Yo solo sé decir de nada. Na 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 na. I'm sorry, that's the Spanish version of You're Welcome. The song You're Welcome. Well, some people say no hay problema. That's like no problem. Let me write it here. Alright. Yeah, some people say that. Yeah, there are many ways of saying de nada. The most common ones are those ones. De nada, no es nada por nada. I usually say no es nada. But that's personal preference. Yeah, also no hay problema. It's also not considered rude. So don't worry about any of those. So, yeah. Yeah, it's nice that Bobby came right now, so I can actually use these phrases and you can understand what I am saying. Because I greeted you with these common phrases. Alright, so, how are you today? ¿Cómo estás hoy? I'm fine, thanks. Estoy bien. Gracias. Estoy bien. Gracias. I'm fine is estoy bien. Alright? I'm fine. I'm fine. Estoy bien. Estoy bien. Sorry, I was singing it. Bueno. Well, thanks. You already know it's gracias. Estoy bien. Gracias. Oh, it's nice to know that you're well. Yeah. Alright. And have a nice day is que tengas un lindo día. Que tengas un lindo día. Alright? If you want to say night or morning, you can also change it for que tengas una linda noche. Noche is feminine, so you have to change un to una and lindo to linda.
So if you want to say have a nice night or evening, you say que tengas una linda noche. You remember that buenas noches was good night, right? So que tengas una linda noche. If you want to say have a nice afternoon, I don't know if people actually say that, but it will be que tengas una linda tarde. Mhm. Yes. Yeah, I teach you in the previous class about saying buenos días, buenas tardes, and buenas noches. That was good morning, good afternoon, and good night. So you can change it here. But you usually say have a nice day, like generally. Like it doesn't really matter the much the time of the day. I think that's common everywhere. So yeah, we say que tengas un lindo día. Oh, by the way, día, remember that it goes with an accent. It doesn't seem like it. Just seems like a dot, but the e has an accent. Día, día. All right, día. Accent on the e. All right. So, hola, ¿cómo estás hoy? Estoy bien, gracias. Que tengas un lindo día. So now you've got your first full conversation of small talk. That was, "Hi, how are you today? I'm fine, thanks. Have a nice day." Yeah. So you know how to greet people. Yay! All right. Any question with these common phrases of how to greet people? If there isn't any question, then I will just keep going. All right. Mm, all right. So yeah, I'm fine. Is estoy bien. And again, estoy is a conjugation of the verb estar, of the verb to be. So yeah. If we want to put a name of it, like for example, how are you today, Lily? Does it work the same way? Yes, yes, yes. It's the same way. But please go ahead. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the same way. It will be ¿Cómo estás hoy, Lily? Or you can also say Lily, ¿cómo estás hoy? You can put the comma wherever you want. So yeah, it will be ¿Cómo estás hoy, comma, Lily? Yeah, and it's the same. And it's the same and everyone will understand you. So, it works the same way. You can actually put it before or after. I understand. That's easy to remember. Yeah, there isn't much difference with that. At the beginning or at the end, either way is fine. There isn't like a rule that you have to put the name before or after. No, either way is okay. All right. So, if there isn't any other question, then yeah, as I was saying, estoy is a conjugation from the verb to be. Again, we are not going to get into the deep depth of the verb to be right now because it's a really really difficult topic. Just know that estás is for are you and estoy is for I am. All right. For now, that's the only thing that you have to remember. And if you want to say like a specific emotion, I have a couple ones here. So you can say I'm happy, I'm sad, or I'm angry. All right. So happy is feliz.
feliz. Alright? Sad is triste, triste. And angry is enojado or enojada. This one goes with feminine or masculine. I would say estoy enojada because I'm a girl, because I have feminine pronouns. But if you use masculine pronouns, then you use estoy enojado. Alright? Feliz y triste, they are both neutral. Everyone can use it. They are gender neutral. But enojado, you need to specify. So enojado is for masculine and enojada is for feminine. I think you have noticed so far that many words use the o at the end when they are when it's masculine, and they use a for feminine. And I think I remember I told you previous class that that's actually a rule. It's not always this way because there are some words that end with an a that are masculine and some words that end with an o that are feminine, but it's usually this way. It's a lot more common this way. So, yeah. If you want to say angry, you have the two of them. We don't have neutral, unfortunately. We don't have a neutral way of referring to ourselves. There are some people that are starting to use the e at the end as a way of referring to themselves in a neutral way, in a gender neutral way. Um, that is not super common, and there's some people that don't like it when people use it that way, and it's not an accepted way yet. Or using, I mean, they say it like estoy enojada de as a way of using gender neutral pronouns. Estoy enojada de, but yeah. It's a very difficult topic to talk about that one. Yeah, I just mentioned it so you know that there are some people that are starting to use that, but it's not a rule yet. So yeah, yeah. um. Okay. Any question about these emotions? It's happy, feliz, sad, triste, and angry, enojado. Then if they ask you, "How are you? ¿Cómo estás?" You say, "Estoy feliz," or "Estoy triste," or "Estoy enojado." Well, I will say enojada, but you get me. All right. Any question about it? About these three? Because if you don't have any question, this is actually the last slide. What will fine be? Bien. Like this? I'm fine, thanks. Estoy bien. Gracias. Fine. Bien is actually the synonym of okay. But yeah, fine is this one. Estoy bien, gracias. Something like, okay, fine. Yes, exactly. Estoy bien is for both I'm okay, I'm fine. You can also use normal, like I'm normal, but it's a little bit weird. Estoy normal. People usually don't say that, but yeah. Yeah, so I'm fine, I'm okay, it's estoy bien. If you don't like want to specify.
your feelings if you don't want to be true to your own self. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So, any other question? Hmm. All right. Yeah, if there isn't any other question, actually, this will be the end of today's class. No questions on the subject. I take it we are finishing. Yeah, yeah, exactly. We are actually finishing. This is my last slide. Yeah, that will be the end of today's class. I think we actually covered a lot today. Don't you think? I mean, if you want to review some things, so we have the vowels again because they are important. It's a, e, I, o, u. For more detail, refer to my previous class. Then we have the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Alright, we have the alphabet. Then we have the pronunciation of ki and que, queso, quiero. Numbers. Well, I already told all of this. 21, 22, 23, bla, bla, bla. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And common phrases. ¿Cómo estás hoy? Estoy bien, gracias. Que tengas un lindo día. Estoy feliz, estoy triste, estoy enojado o enojada. Alright, this is what we saw today. I think we covered a bit ground. You'll have a couple of minutes now to go to Discord. I'll just have a quick explanation of the other and the pronunciation of what I mentioned. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. We can do that. While I take some breakfast because I haven't eaten yet. uh, and on topic of the lesson, I'll have to read the whole thing a couple more times to understand. Yes. Yeah, I think I actually put many things today. I actually put many things because I thought that I wasn't going that I didn't thought that it was going to be like this heavy. I just thought, this seems easy. This seems like it will be a short, a short lesson. And here we are, 2.5 hours later. Yeah, I think next time I'm going to have it more lighter, so we can be study. Like, maybe it can be just 1 hour, and I'm going to teach you just 2 topics instead of four. I think put four here. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry that I got over. It turned out to be a little bit heavy this time. And yeah. But that seems that I can keep my preparations of the class lighter next time. So my pronunciation is an important point. Yes, yes, it is. So no problem. It won't bother me too much if you have breakfast. Yeah, yeah, I will have breakfast while you explain to me that. Oh, but you mean by voice chat because I will only well we'll see that. All right. So if that's everything, then yeah, I think that's everything. So no, 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 don't save. Oh well, save, whatever.
Alright. Okay. Ah! That was me. Alright. So that's everything. Mm, yeah, I'm in the best chat, but it's will be easier for me. Hey, with screenplay if you don't mind. I will have to think about it. Sorry, it's just calls make me a little bit. Uh, well, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. But I will be writing because I will be eating. So, yeah. Alright, so this is the end of the lesson. Oh my gosh, my glasses! No, my glasses! Alright. This is the end of the lesson. Thank you so much for coming to my stream. This has been Lilliepop Candydoll. Also, I have I'll have another stream next time. Next time. In around 4 hours. Yeah, in around 4 hours, I will have another stream. It's going to be a collab, an Among Us collab with people that I don't know, and that's why I have so much anxiety right now because I have no idea how to talk or what. But yeah, I will have a collab over on Twitch. Yeah, in 4 hours. In almost exactly 4 hours. I will probably start a little bit earlier so we can talk a little bit. So if you can come, please come. Yeah, it's going to be in exactly 4 hours, or almost exactly 4 hours. I probably take a nap before before the collab, so it will be my first collab. If you can't come, don't worry. I will re-upload the thing. So yeah. And that's everything. Well, have a good collab. I think it'll be fun to watch. Yes. I will try to do my best and not hyperventilate because I don't like speaking with I don't I don't like speaking with strangers and it's going to make it yeah. But okay. Yeah, this has been Lilliepop. Thank you so much for coming. See you next week. I already posted the schedule for next week. I think I put. I'm going to be drawing next Tuesday at 2 p.m. EST. I'm going to be practicing drawing some VTubers. And then next day, Wednesday, I'm going to be having a Love Live karaoke at 4 p.m. You can check the schedule on the coming on the stream of the upcoming streams playlist over here, or you can go to Twitter to check it. So, yeah, this has been everything from my part. Thank you so much for coming, and see you next time. Bye bye. Bye bye. Hope you learned a lot today. Bye bye. Oh wait. There we go. All right. All right. Thank you. Bye bye. I'm going to leave my glasses over here. Bye bye. Okay, see you in dark. Yes. Bye bye. 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 Lillie, bye bye.